Hello, welcome to Nine Souls First Timer Guide. It's from someone who got a true ending in the first playthrough. Spoilers, it took a bunch of time and dedication. But good news, it's totally doable. So I wanna show some advice and some mistakes to avoid, which can make it a bit easier on you. First steps, yeah, you got the introduction to the game and how brutal it is actually, and how dark it is. Um, it doesn't get that much better in terms of light versus darkness, but there are some light moments sprinkled in. But unfortunately, if you cannot handle that and it's like you uh, kind of need it to be lighter, then maybe it's not gonna work. Um, but if you can, it actually has a great story and something very interesting, and as you uncover stuff. So in terms of playthrough and combat, get comfortable with parry and talisman explosions. It's maybe a new mechanic, for example, if you're coming from games like Hollow Knight. Hollow Knight style combat wouldn't get you too far. Parrying is good news, is it doesn't have to be precise. You can still get a chi charge on imprecise parry and just take internal damage. For now, don't worry about lost gene experience if you cannot pick up the body after death. You're just learning, you're not speedrunning, so you'll get more. Just make sure to not carry too much with you. So don't fight any bosses beside Beichang just yet, even mini bosses, like those with long HP bars. There are probably 5 tiers of enemies. There are some enemies which may look like mini bosses, but they're actually just regular ones. So yeah. Use this jade for stunning enemies when marked by the talisman that you get it from Beichang, I believe. And then it's gonna get you through the big part of the game. But for later bosses, it just doesn't do much. Get the medicine pipe upgrades. Start exploring Apeman facility, unlocking the chests, getting the stuff. Explore power reservoir. Now the important part in Zhao boss, I would suggest just skip it for now. You basically just lack survival and damage skills and low on HP and all. With all the internal damage taken, be one mistake away from death. And you need to do perfect the precise parries most of the time. And trust me, even after beating the final boss, which is very hard, I still had trouble with Ying Zhao when I tried to do another playthrough. It's just you're so underpowered, you lack the abilities, get on your feet with dash, some more chi charges, some damage from talisman explosions, etc. Just go explore, get them, and come back. That's the ultimate lesson of Metroidvania. If something is too hard, just get back. Sometimes you have to progress and get good, but oftentimes there is flexibility. So some tips: if you started the fight and died, pick up the body and die closer to the arena entrance, so you can pick it up the body next time and just exit the arena without triggering the fight. Sometimes to pick up the body, you need to do first series of parries. Don't worry about precise parries; just doing precise, and then he would give you some time to go and do your stuff. There is a way to skip the fight completely using the talisman to dash over the right red floor. I think there may be a bit more. You may need to check the exact sequence in other guides, but I don't recommend it. It's it's a fight which is very determining for the game. And it's you're not doing a speed run, and also it's very important to teach you how to fight. So yeah, come back once you get some HP upgrades later and multiple 2-point skills, maybe even damage for the sword. And yeah, just explore agriculture zone, maybe also warehouse zone without fighting bosses just yet. Azure bow, so after defeating Ying Zhao and talking to Kuafu, you get the bow at some point. So use Cloud Piercer arrows and upgrade them. Other arrows are not that good, but you get achievement for upgrading them to full. During boss fights, don't just spam it in the beginning as I did initially, but use more tactically, because they stagger and stun enemies and interrupt their attacks. Sometimes it can be a swarm of ads and you pierce through all of them. Then interrupt scary boss attacks, or give oneself a chance to heal and recover some internal damage. So that's gonna be a very important tool, especially like later on. Command boss, it's one of which doesn't introduce a difficulty spike. So I beaten her first try, but I was a bit like overpowered when I reached there. I didn't know that you can ring the medium bell with a charge strike, and just didn't know how to proceed, so just went elsewhere. So I actually beaten, I think I beaten Yan Lao like before Gumang. So then just fight the zombies and avoid them. They're relatively slow, and once she like tries to revive the zombie with like ringing her bell, just focus her, and that's opportunity to deal damage. You can like try to do some combo, some attacks, Azure Bow, and attacks, and some Talisman Explosions, and some attacks. It's possible to even one cycle her, but I just wouldn't try and not worry about it. I think I beaten in those like 4 or 5 cycles. I think one cycle I just didn't even realize what's going on, that I have to attack her, and then like, oh, zombies are revived. Okay, good. let's keep fighting. Yeah, now boss, so the actual boss is Renin Sky Claw. Before there is like a sequence exploring the depository, and he like tries to bomb you, just like avoid his thing. And if you do need to execute like some more complex maneuver, just like wait. And then there is the last one item you need to hack like 3 times. Don't try to do it while like haven't defeated him. You like just cannot do it. There is no way. I spent like a bunch of time trying. So speaking of bosses, he summons like Rending Sky Claw. The first phase, just try to parry the moves when it moves from side to side of arena. Don't just dash. First of all, the dash may not be refreshed sometimes. And second, like you need to accumulate those chi charges and like do the damage. There would be quite a lot of openings, so it's not like the most like challenging boss ever, but it has a lot of HP and 2 phases, so I definitely suggest like taking caution. Um, then there is this like attack when the Yanlao tries to bomb you, and then there are things like coming from the sides. You can like jump to it, and like Yanlao would bomb the Sky Claw eventually. Then you can like do some talisman explosion and some sword hits. In second phase, you may also need to mix parries and dashes because there are some lasers added to the mix in bigger quantities, and like sometimes it's not always possible to like react to everything perfectly. Then after defeating him, pick up the Tau Fruit. There is no adverse effects of doing so. I thought maybe not picking up is somehow related to the true ending, but no, like just don't overcomplicate things. Like if you worry about true ending, just like go look up the steps to achieve it. It's like minor spoilers basically. And if you're doing like completionist playthrough, you would like get to most of them anyways, assuming you don't make like bad choices, like explicitly choosing not to help the villagers, for instance. So Jikoan, Prison and Bounded Counter. Okay, no, so it's not the final boss. I thought that maybe it is when you like revealed and you got fighting later. It's so hard. Yes, you have to fight him to progress, and yes, it's a big difficulty jump. Get used to it. That's gonna be a common theme. So you don't have to put in this serum. It's like if you put him, there's extra like dialogue, and he complains about you like fighting dirty, or actually praises it kind of. But it just reduces his HP a little bit in the first phase. So you don't need it. You can later cycle it. It's actually there doesn't seem to be any other use for it. Then like as before, any like hard boss, spend your money as much as possible, get to the next level HP wise. So if you cannot pick up the body at some point, you just don't lose too much. And then most importantly, practice Unbounded Counter until semi-comfortable with it. It's like pretty much required to beat this boss, otherwise there are some attacks and combos you pretty much cannot dodge otherwise. And if it's for future bosses, it would help a lot. Learn attack patterns, try to break his shield before he finishes healing. Usually it's possible, you don't need this like faster charge Jade. By this point I think you should have like Revival Jade and maybe like I think I don't remember if the Jade which stuns enemies actually works on him much. But yeah, just pick whatever comfortable is. You don't have a full Jade set and you don't have that many computing units at this point. So yeah, just keep practicing. And I recommend just like exploring the areas and like powering up a lot and have at least one like sword damage upgrade. Idea real. Probably my favorite game area in major boss fight. So it just goes immediately after GQ1. Like pick up a signal and go investigate. And yes, another difficulty spike, and yes, you have to beat her to proceed with the game. So first you like go to your soul escape and then like escape it. But then like kind of can talk to people, and then you need to go back in. And yeah, explore all areas and power up. You don't need to grind to like max level, though I just recommend having both sword damage upgrades. But however it goes, I think with like Tau fruits and like some natural upgrading, you should have quite a lot. The first phase, just learn attacks, don't waste your bow, etc. So there's like nothing too special, it's pretty easy. Just introduction. Second phase, prioritize dodging and parrying. Don't worry about attacking like every like clone or her. When you found that you attacked her, you can try to do charge strike to like stun her. But yeah, what I just did is just like auto attacks plus like if I notice this is like her, she doesn't disappear, then like I do talisman. So I think I had the water flow at this point. That's my favorite one, but I used full control a bit, but for like next fights, but I think water flow plus some of the GJs can like which does extra damage on the third hit. It consumes chi charges. It's also pretty good. In the third phase, it's actually I think it's a bit easier to master than the second one. That's the only problem is just like you don't reach the third phase as often. It's like less random, so yeah, it's like a bit looks scary. Yeah, there are many clones, but it's more like predictable, and you already like practice the same dodge in the second phase. So make sure you like pay attention when actually it's she who attacks you. It can be like mixed in between the clones attack, but if you like do, just like put a talisman on her and like it would stun her and like stop attacks from clones. For the very big red ball attack, you just dodge it after 2 parries of clones. You just immediately dash to the side, and I think you're good. Like if you can even like while still like attack her in the air. I didn't manage to do so. It's like not required, but you can. So then next go to Grotto of Scriptures, don't go to Imperial District. I think G wasn't a difficulty jump for me at least. But then like Imperial District is just harder, and like the Fangs actually were difficulty jump. So and then if going for True Companion, which I definitely recommend, and then activate all 3 secret graves, and then like fight the boss near Lear's tomb. It's pretty tough. It has like a lot of like clones spamming, etc. But as you practice him and like use your bow tactically, it can be good. Then you get Rhizomatic Bomb and give it to Koafu, so you can like start working Rhizomatic arrows, or arrow rather. For G, don't worry about like picking specific attack. It just gives you like a sort of a peak, but it's like very hard to control and it's not necessary. And most of attacks will still be like swords, flying swords. Just learn to parry them, like turn in the right direction, and yeah. And he has like an attack opening. He's like throw the sword to that does green crimson attack, and you can parry it and then like do a full control key, or like at this time you can already have like Keyblade Jade and get water flow, so you can do some damage with that. So you can like pick up some few extra spots to do like a full control after some like dodging and parrying. But again, like don't worry too much about it. Learn to dodge first, and then you'll like find those spots naturally. Empyrean District and the Fangs. So I recommend exploring both Sky Tower and passages. It's just like there is some like poison, some items, and you can just power up. Fuxi Seal is acquired without a fight. That's like intentional. It's like available pretty early, but you still need to get Nova Seal. So there are also a bunch of zombies around. Like don't fight them too much. You don't have the tool yet to like kill them. Pick up Chi Blade, Jade, and Water Flow Chi for the boss fight. It's another unfortunately difficulty spike, and it's also required to proceed. The theme is like pretty interesting. I don't know, I think it's like probably some of the hardest to see in the game for me personally. It's just all the sequence of to defeat them, etc. It's like how it's like they're partying near when everything around them like just kind of deteriorates. So yeah, First phase is learning Fuxi moves, so just you can die sometime, but it's actually not that difficult. Watch out for positioning though. There are some, if you like position in front of him and too closely, you may not be able to like parry the attack. So, and he's like sometimes he's essentially a zombie, so big zombie, so he may not like be a super smart AI. He keeps like smashing to the side. There is one specific attack when he just like moves his thing like backwards, but you just got to learn the patterns. All those bosses, they have some like patterns and combos of various things, and it gets much easier once you learn the like order. So second phase is also like Nuwa joins the fight, and this can be overwhelming sometimes, but again, yeah, I feel like if you use bow, you can like stun Fuxi, for example, during like a double snake attack combo after the first snake. Crimson attack especially because like Nuwa throws 2 daggers at you, and Fuxi does a crimson attack, so you cannot just unbound it counter that. I mean, maybe you can, but this timing is like extremely precise. So just stun with the bow, like dodge the daggers and move on. There should not be like too many of those. Then you get the way to deal with zombies. And before the point of no return, so Bacchus would warn you when you approach the Gong Soulscape. You may want to wrap up and finish business, so like yeah, don't proceed to the right, go to the left. Yeah, for true ending, I think I made a slight mistake. For true ending, you just need the first two things, at least. Like Cheryu, Shanai, it's optional, it just opens up more like quest line. Shanai was looking for somebody, and you'll find out if they found them. Chiyu is also like trying to do some stuff. So there is a room in this laboratory place, and like you cannot just go there just yet. But you can go there like after the point of no return if you like did everything like correctly. So I would say like yeah, before proceeding to the point of no return, make sure you follow this list. So get all the skill points, get all the items extracted by Shanai, and fought all mini bosses because it's like fun, right? Like just complete the map, and then after point of no return, most of the map would be locked, and you can only do some stuff. You can like just proceed with some storylines. But very important, if you want a true ending, which you do, right? Make sure to talk to Hoff after point of no return and choose to save the villagers. I mean, of course. Pick up a prismatic arrow from the forge. I think it should happen automatically after you talk to him. Reassure Xuan. And then, like, Aegon gates a third phase if you did the steps for the true ending. Which is pretty hard to deal with, but good news, after mastering the first and second phase, the third one wouldn't take that much time to learn. Bad news, the boss is like brutal and has a difficulty spike. Like, how many can there be? And each phase is learned pretty much independently. Main thing to learn is like an order of attacks. You would need to use all the tools in arsenal, like unbounded counter, like a green counter, but like regular parries. Yeah, as you get better, get a mix of jades. Get a jade which like recovers some internal damage on hits. You can recover some internal damage on like precise parries, and if you have mixing precise with imprecise and some hits, it's kind of good. Get the hedgehog jade for extra internal damage to the enemy. Revival jade, and then keyblade and like water flow. That's my setup. I saw people do full control, but when I was learning, I didn't manage to like land all 5 blasts. Like she's just too fast. But maybe as I got better, maybe I could have tried, but I already like, get myself familiar with like that setup. So just look up some videos of beating the boss if you're having too much trouble. There's nothing bad about it. Just a single player game you're playing for fun. If you want to learn yourself, you can definitely do so. You still need to like practice a lot. So it took me 4-5 hours to beat. Totally doable if you reach this point of the game. I see some people may complain about the second phase, but ultimately it's like, I think its learning curve is similar to the first phase. Because, yeah, of course, like first phase it would feel easy, second phase would feel brutal, but then it's still like a predetermined some patterns. So, I mean, of course there's some randomness, but like once you start some pattern, you kind of learn like, after this she does another like crimson attack with a like red sphere, and you can bounded counter that and deal some damage to her. Don't focus too much on dealing damage. Like there would not be as many openings, so like um, like just make sure you're always ready to react. Sometimes she, for example, does attack when she like did attack, which she typically like has some opening, but then she immediately charges like a green crimson attack after that. So make sure you're like there to dodge it after like one sword hit or something. Um, Good news, she kind of gives us a bit more time, as weird as it sounds. So you don't have much time for combos, but for example, if she hurt you, like you can like heal, and there are like more opportunities to heal. Um, and yeah, for bow, just like use it on the third phase. So yeah, and then enjoy the music and credits. Hope it worked out for you. Thanks for watching.